Hey guys, it's Danny. I'm here with Matt. We are gonna show you guys today. We have this custom concrete table that Matt, what happened here?
So they call me an uncertified mover, and I guess they're right, because I was loading this into my truck. This
It
actually
broke,
caught the corner
Matt.
and it
It's
broke.
okay. We don't need the long story because we're gonna fix it, and that's what we're gonna show you. So we're gonna jump inside and get going and show you guys how to do this. Well, that's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Matt, if you jump on there and lay down, you think it'll hold you? No. All right, so we got this piece back together, and we're gonna go through and we're gonna pre-drill about 4 holes here, and then we're gonna put some black epoxy in the seam, and then we're gonna countersink those, and we're gonna pin this together. So let's go ahead and grab that stuff and we'll just get rolling. All right, so we got our drill, we got our drill bit, we got our epoxy gun, we have our screws. This is all gonna fasten together. All right, so we got all of our holes drilled, our initial holes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. This is a little bit of a bigger concrete tip. We're gonna countersink so we can drive these screws in a little bit deeper here, so we're not quite to the top flush with the countertop. And then we're gonna come and backfill this after we get these holes in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling this, and then Matt, you're gonna do some vacuuming. This is actually a really good hack when you're indoors at someone's house. If you run the vacuum while you're drilling, it eliminates a lot of the mess. So let's go ahead and get drilling. We're about to epoxy this up. We got our holes drilled. We have them countersunk. Now we just got to separate this out, and then I'm going to shoot this with the epoxy here, and we're going to seal this together. So let's go and lift this up. All right, so we got the glue applied, everything's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and screw off these, and you'll see that as we screw them off, get some oozing out of the side. That means you got a nice tight bond. Last but not least, final step. So we're pretty happy how this turned out. Matt broke it, but we fixed it. So we got the screws drilled in. We got epoxy between the joint. We're gonna come back and top fill these. What we have here is we have 2 options. We have a sanded grout, and then we have a non-sanded grout. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna use the non-sanded grout to get into the joints, because the non-sanded grout, it's like exactly what it says. It has no sand. This one has sand. So, but we're gonna wanna use the sanded grout on the bigger holes. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. We just use some household items. This is hack DIY with Danny. So whatever you got around the house should work. We got a little glass here with a spoon. We're gonna go ahead and take a little bit. We'll just put it on like so. Put it on like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're gonna come back when it hardens up a little bit, we're gonna wipe it off. You just wanna get it in there nice and good in the hole. And grab a little more here. So we got the sanded grout going in the holes. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the non-sanded grout. We already had that mixed up for you guys. So then we're gonna take that and we're gonna stick this into the smaller crack, which is on the side here. You'll be able to see that immediately when I put it in there, it starts to, the crack is just gonna start to go away. And then we're just gonna let that sit there for a minute also. And we're gonna put some on this side, fill in the crack. And so we're gonna let that sit up a little bit. We'll come back once that gets cured and we'll show you how to clean it up. All right, so we got the grout in, and as you can see, we have it set up to where it's almost dry, but it's not quite dry yet. The trick with this is that you wanna do it to where you don't want it too wet and you don't want it too hard, because once you start to go in and clean it off, you want it to be a little bit on the dry side so you can actually shape it. You don't want to have an indentation too much, and you don't want it to be too hard. So we're going to go ahead and start rubbing this out, and this should turn out pretty amazing. All ready to go. I got us a nice damp towel, kind of dry, so there's not a lot of water in here, and we're just going to rub this. It kind of polishes it out, cleans it up at the same time. As you can see, it leaves us a nice clean look. Obviously it's not perfect, but man, this is like night and day. Really happy about how this turned out. Great place to do some work right here in the kitchen, get away from it all. Great place to get some grub on. Best thing, great place to pet your dog. Hope you enjoyed these construction hacks. We got more to come. Click that bell, subscribe. Are you subscribed?
Not yet.
Go do it. Subscribe to our channel. Hope to talk to you soon.